Welcome to Game 2 of the EU Starcross Cup Finals. Wait, why is the overlay messed up again? The overlay is always getting messed up. I need to figure this out. I promised Vipix I would do this. I have to figure it out. I don't understand why it keeps doing this. Why am I so bad? Why am I so bad at figuring out OBS? Everyone's just gonna have to fast forward through this part of the YouTube video. I think it has something to do with the fact that the pop-out chat window has like the same name as the actual... You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna close this. I'm just gonna close that because I don't really need to have that open. And boom, it works. Okay. Yep, that's definitely what it is. That's kind of annoying. I'll have to figure something out for that. Now I have to reselect this rectangle. Okay. Okay. We're good. Alright, everybody ready? I'm ready. Let's do this. Unpause. Alright. Game 2 of the Starcross Cup EU Finals. Jaeger won Game 1, so now this is All-Star's last chance to stay in the tournament. If they lose this game, they will be eliminated, and Jaeger will go on to fight Dusty and Honeynuts, the NA champions, to be crowned as the winners of the Starcross Cup. So we'll see what they can do. We have double Soviets here in the south from Jaeger this game. And the map is Rails and Metal. Meanwhile, Axis are going to be playing mixed Axis from Symbiosis. And Run to the Sun playing his Oberkommando West, and Symbiosis playing as his Ostherr. If we take a look at Symbiosis, he's not going to go MG42 first, as he typically has been. They're not going to do their standard strat here. Mortar MG is what he's been doing pretty much the entire tournament. He is going to go Spearhead, so no surprise there, at least. But he will be starting with Grenadiers. Run to the Sun, on the other hand, grabbing up Kubel first, and it looks like they are going to go in hard here for the right side of fuel, and they're actually going to use pretty much the exact strategy that their opponents used against them on this map in this exact matchup. So you can tell it's a grudge match already. Run to the Sun ramming into the building with his SWS here. Using his Kubel wagon to keep the infantry at bay, although slight variation. We will note that his Stern Pioneers went over here to capture the fuel rather than moving to support in this engagement, so hoping to use the raw firepower of the Stern Pioneers here to try and win maybe the first engagement over there on the left. Meanwhile, his teammate Kubel wagon, half-track, everything else over here should be able to win the left. And it looks like it's working out pretty well. Zark Cloud not really accomplishing much yet, and in fact, he spawned his sniper over here on the left side. So it looks like they're planning to double team the left. They're not even going to try and take this because they don't think that they'll be able to, I guess. Very interesting. I think Allies double teaming the left side is one of the most dangerous strategies I've ever heard of on this map. Because it's so difficult, it's so far away, putting all your eggs in one basket like this. We'll see if it works, though. I gotta say, it's making me a little nervous that they're gonna even attempt this. Look at that aggressive battle group headquarters placement. Not sure I agree with that either. That's so exposed. They're gonna have to make sure that this front line never collapses, because an AT gun could easily get in position, especially over here. Take that out no problem. They're gonna have to have a really strong defense. But of course, Symbiosis and Run to the Sun are all about that aggressive forward HQ, all about defending that position until the Ag Tiger hits the field, basically. Although Run to the Sun has not chosen a commander yet, but I would be surprised if he didn't go breakthrough. He goes breakthrough every game, basically. Who knows, though? He might surprise me. Fuel getting taken by these Volksgrenadiers. Grenadiers grabbing the strategic point as well. There's a flare right there. I think that sniper just popped a flare. Yeah, he did. That's 40 munitions to do that. I wonder... Man, Zarcloud is all about having vision. He is big on intel. He called in like 6 recon runs last game, and he's already popping flares at the 4-minute mark on his sniper. Look at that. That's not cheap. He spends a lot of munitions just on intelligence, which just goes to show how important it is. Conscripts in the building here, and it looks like this double team over here on the right is, or on the left is succeeding somewhat. We also have Zarcloud in a M3 cruising around. He's going to try and grab the fuel point with that. Looks like there's not going to be anything to stop him. Now that the Axis have sort of rotated over towards the middle, they don't have any defenses left here. Although Zarcloud actually just sort of came back around south, so that's unfortunate. He could be capturing that fuel unopposed right now, although Grenadiers would be moving to stop him. Meanwhile, a lot of Axis infantry moving up into cover here, fighting for this house. Oh, that sniper just got caught a little out of position, I think, but the Kubel's not firing at it. He's actually, oh, there he goes, changed his mind. The snipers are trying to take cover in the bush, and the Kubel wagon's really kind of like got not very good maneuverability for trying to chase, but those Grenadiers are going to potentially do really good damage on its retreat. Can they snipe it? I think that Kubel wagon might go in hard. No, he's not going to chase. Plus there's an M3 right there. It's not worth it. Actually, Panzerschreck goes off. I think this is way too much for these Volksgrenadiers to take on, though. That grenade did nothing. Sturm Pioneers are going to clear that machine gun thanks to the retreat bug, and those Grenadiers will get unsuppressed. He may even steal that Maxim. And the Allies couldn't hold. They just could not hold, and they haven't even made a light harassment attempt over here, really. I had a feeling that this was going to happen. Double teaming that left side is just... that's just brutal. They gambled, and I think they lost a little bit. Now it's going to be really tough for them to come back from the situation they're in.
We are losing territory. We have mine detectors. We have more conscripts at our disposal.
Minesweepers getting purchased, scout car getting some repairs. The snipers are alive and okay. Unit preservation wise, I don't think anybody's really lost anything that I've seen anyway, so it's just a matter of engagement, winning engagements and map control, especially on these big maps, these big, long, narrow maps. Unit preservation is less important. I mean, of course it's always important, but what I mean is winning engagements is what's really important. Like, for example, if you could win an engagement but you lost a full squad and your enemy didn't lose a full squad but you got the territory, that would probably be a win for you because of that extra time that it takes to get back to these fuel points. They're so far away. Vo farmlands being similar in that regard, actually. But it has more of a square shape, so it's not as bad to lose an engagement. And it really forces the Allies to think very carefully about their pushes, because it's so important that your push succeeds. I'm actually a little bit surprised that they haven't rotated back over to the right side. The defense over there is not that strong. But instead, they're just going to continue to stubbornly hurl themselves at this Axis defensive line. If we take a look, I guess it's equally kind of, I guess it's not that strong either. But they just have this fallback position here, another fallback position here. That makes it pretty much sort of impossible, really, for the Allies to push beyond a certain point. They can probably grab this fuel, though. They can probably make it that far, at least. Finally, a harassment attempt over here on the right. Very nice. The flamethrower is going to catch the stolen Maxim. But the Grenadiers are a little too close by to support, and he won't be able to reliably, safely clear it. But at least the clock is being slowed down here in the middle. Molotov going out. Oh, Shrek sniped and mortar hits. Could have been devastating. Fortunately, it just barely made it away. Fire does a little bit of damage, inflicts one model loss. Does have to get some healing up. They will spot the Schwer Panzer HQ up here in the north. Panzer Fusiliers firing on those pinned conscripts. These won't be able to take the fuel with those Fusiliers right there. So that is Breakthrough Doctrine being chosen by Run to the Sun, and his looks is hitting the field. We'll see if Run to the Sun can inflict as much havoc with his looks as Vipix did last game. The looks rush just is so popular against Soviet Tier 2 and Soviet Tier 1 with snipers. The looks is just a really effective unit at the time it hits the field. That's a 9-minute looks, by the way. That is so quick. I'm not sure if Vipix or Zark have AT grenades. Zark does, okay. Vipix does not. Zark does have one conscript squad right here in the area, though. He would probably be able to get it off. Yep, there it goes. Run to the Sun really wants to go in on those snipers. He catches them in a pretty bad retreat path, but he can't really chase. And there's a field gun set up perfectly to counter. Oh, he got too greedy. He got way too greedy. Oh, main gun destroyed. Main gun destroyed and the field gun gets cleared. The looks is going to survive. Oh, no, that has to be infuriating. Oh, he did not get punished. He didn't get punished for his ridiculous over-aggression with that looks there. And the Axis will steal that field gun. Light scout car makes it away. Wow. That's amazing.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector. Anti-tank gun is ready.
Salvaging this Maxim. And it looks like the Allies are finally going to rotate right. This battlefront is too far away. It's just too far away. They stand no chance. It's quite typical actually to see the Allies get some good penetration in these green cover. This trench helps. This Panther would help if it actually worked, but it doesn't. This tractor actually helps a little bit. Just they can usually grab the VP, and sometimes even the strategic point. But pushing all the way to that fuel point, that can be a nightmare. Maxim gets pushed back. And we actually have oh no, I was about to say a fresh looks for some reason. I forgot that it got away. That's the same looks. Over's moving up. Kubel also moving up. Tellermine's here on the road, by the way.
We have lost a machine gun crew.
That Axis stood no chance. We also have a Panzer IV here from Symbiosis. And interestingly enough, we have assault support from Vipix. Let's see if he can make that work. I don't know if he's going to have the fuel for either of those columns at this rate, though. Meanwhile, Zark Cloud has gone guard motor coordination. But he hasn't utilized any of its features yet. No heavy mortar and no guards. And the looks and overs, LMG Grens are going to start to prove to be a little too much for these Maxims, Penals, and Conscripts, I think. They're just everywhere. Panzer Fusiliers moving up on these combat engineers. They are getting sniped slowly, only only one sniper here, though. It looks like Zarkod lost one of his snipers. I must have missed that happening. Maybe the looks got it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure where it went. What happened to it? Looks like a pretty aggressive charge. There is a heavy mortar here on the field, but I don't know what it's doing. I think Zarkod may have just clicked that onto the field and then went back to microwaving other things, not realizing he just handed a heavy mortar to the enemy effectively. Field gun gets cleared. Heavy mortar is gonna get stolen. This is looking really bad. Wow, and it's over. It's over in 13 minutes. What a huge just domination by All-Stars. They really want to stay in this game. They really want to stay in this tournament. Okay, wow. So that's gonna mean it's gonna go to game 3 after a 13-minute just blowout. All right, good. Let's go to game 3.